Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It's late August 22nd, 2018 on the West Coast. In the news, a rare Category 4 storm is heading towards Hawaii. Might be hit by a hurricane. And they're saying if the hurricane is to hit Hawaii, it'll probably impact the island Thursday, Friday, and possibly even Saturday. And I want to show you what's so interesting about the way this storm, Hurricane Lane, lines up with the date of Friday. If you're new here, I've been exposing these patterns for years, and I've called the dates of hurricanes and where they're going to impact before it has happened in the past. Such as last year saying why Houston was in harm's way for the date of August 27th, the day the massive flooding impacted that region of Texas. So anyway, here's what's up with this storm name and Friday. There's two things that really pop out. Hurricane Lane in Gematria, using the most simple cipher, the alphabetic order sums to 129. And Friday, August 24th, is the day that leaves 129 days left in the year. And as I've showed time and time again, when these storms devastate states, they're always synced up with the governor's birthday. And for people who are new here who are going, well, how could that ever be? You need to understand where you live. Since 1952, more than 60 years ago, weather warfare has been admitted to by world militaries. They know how to impact the weather. They know how to create mass flooding. Since 1952, a lot of military technology has been developed to impact weather. Here in the United States, it's been more than a decade since History Channel put out their expose of HARP, the military weather weapon that can create storms and oceans. So if you're not up on this, you need to put down the Hollywood movies, the sitcoms, the rig sports games, and you need to educate yourself about the world you're living in. The United States of America is a military dictatorship. We the people, they don't care about us. We're here to generate tax revenue. That's our purpose. We're mice in a maze. And for those of you in Hawaii who don't know the history of your state's existence, it was Teddy Roosevelt who once gave a speech about why Hawaii needed to be secured as a U.S. territory to preserve the white race. That's the reason Hawaii was taken as the military territory that it is, to preserve the white race. That history you forget about when they're just filling your mind with a bunch of nonsense about how Adolf Hitler was this racist and the most evil man to have ever lived. No more evil than the leaders this nation has had. So, from this man's birthday, January 15th, to Friday happens to be 222 days. And when you flip the alphabetic order around, another very important and relevant cipher, Hurricane Lane sums to 222. And Friday is going to fall on his 222nd day of his age. What do you know? The Saturday, which the storm's also supposed to impact, will be his 223rd day of his age, and weather warfare, which is a real thing, has gematria of 223. So this storm could be impacting Hawaii Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I have a feeling it's Friday that's going to be the devastating day, the way this stuff lines up. And understand this stuff is clockwork. This happens year after year. Hurricane Lane also has gematria of 66, and 2018 marks 66 years since admitted weather warfare. This will come just days before the anniversary of what happened in Houston by the numbers last year. Also, I wasn't making videos when the eruptions began in Hawaii, but I was still keeping my blog up to date, and what I noticed about the May 7th eruption that just kept on going in Hawaii is this. Or excuse me, it wasn't May 7th. It was, let me see here. The eruption was May 3rd, the day it began, May 3rd, 2018. And that was a date with numerology of 46. Eruption has Gematria 46. Volcano also has Gematria of 35. May 3rd can be written 3/5 like 35. Volcanic eruption by the numbers. Another thing we've documented many times. What's interesting is from May 3rd to August 24th is 113 days later. Signature number of Freemasonry, which is in control of this nation, its government, its military. And it reminds me that with regards to the military and 113, it was January 13th of this year, 2018, where Hawaii had that missile scare, where they received the text messages that death was near. You know, a lot of people in Hawaii thought they were going to die. And what we talked about the day that happened were a number of things, including what happened to Hawaii in history on January 13th. January 13th, 1893, U.S. Marines land in Honolulu, Hawaii from the USS Boston. And you'll recall the same day that that missile scare happened, the team from Boston, the Patriots, were facing the Titans, who have a quarterback that's a big star from Hawaii. The quarterback of the Titans, big star from Hawaii. The USS Boston in history. All of this stuff is riddle. The entire world of news and sports and military, it's all interconnected. It's why 9/11 happened, Patriot Act, and the New England Patriots became, the greatest thing in the history of the NFL. But I'll link these blog posts down below. Just understand this is what it is. It's a web of events in the United States of America. Interconnected, riddles, mocking. It's terrible. And, you got to feel bad for the people of Hawaii. They're getting truly terrorized this year, and people think these are acts of Mother Nature, but they're not. These are the acts of a military empire gone insane. And don't forget, it was President Truman who gave the warning about the military-industrial complex. He said it would grow to be worse than your worst nightmare. Weather warfare, demolition of towers in New York, all this stuff is that nightmare. HARP is that nightmare. And most Americans, they're off in la-la land, just focusing on entertainment, consumerism, not having a clue what's going on. I bet you David Idge knows, though. Smirking all the way to the bank. Until next time.